I completely failed my first Twitch stream, and I did so by doing the single thing you're not supposed to do when trying to conquer social anxiety. If you would like to learn from my mistakes or learn what I did in order to get a good, successful stream, then this video is for you, regardless of whether you're a new streamer or just looking to conquer social anxiety. Here on Socially Sprouting, I am both, and I refuse to let my social anxiety hold me back from building the community that I've always dreamed of. Well, one Saturday morning, I decided it was finally time to stop talking about streaming and just go for it. I spent the next 3 hours preparing. I even signed up for a multiplayer server, which is something that absolutely terrifies me. But I finally did it. I went live. And at first, I just started out by introducing myself and the game. However, as soon as I launched the game, the entire thing crashed, and I spent the next 60 seconds in silence and frustration, just trying to get everything up and running again. And by the time it was, my confidence was barely hanging on by a thread. However, I pushed on, and as the game loaded in, I was presented with the character creation screen. I wasn't prepared, though, for the wave of anxiety that hit me in that moment. In my social anxiety-riddled brain, I immediately knew that I was going to be judged harshly for whatever character I chose. So I rushed it. I chose a very, very blue character and moved on. But the next screen wasn't what I was expecting. Instead of being thrust into the world, I was presented with a configuration screen for the voice chat mod. And in that moment, I realized I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't know how to talk to people on my own. Why did I think I would be able to do it in front of a live audience? So I did the only reasonable thing, the thing that you're really not supposed to do when you're trying to tackle social anxiety. And that is I ran. I turned off the stream and called it a day. And I was very disappointed in myself for doing that. However, I was also proud of myself for actually doing the stream. I had done it, and I knew that this wasn't going to be the last time. I just needed to prepare properly next time. So let's do a little postmortem because I learned 2 very important things from this. First, I took on way too much. By adding in the multiplayer server, I really overwhelmed myself. So I vowed, going forward, to start with a single player playthrough. That way I could get comfortable talking with chat before I moved on to adding more variables. Secondly, I learned that I need to be in control. Many of us with social anxiety would be uncomfortable in the environment that I created. What specifically bothered me was that I was playing in someone else's world. They had already made a lot of progress, and it was really beautiful. And I was worried that by me joining in, I would kind of ruin that, maybe ruin the aesthetic for them. So I was very intimidated. But it made me realize that if I took the reins, it wouldn't be so overwhelming. I can be a leader, I can set the rules, and I can have strong communication that makes it so I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, and everyone kind of knows where they sit. I also discovered a few other tricks that really helped me. First, I write down my goals for that game for the day. So I play a lot of survival games. So for example, I'd write down that I need to find shelter, food, something to make bags with. This gives me a lot of direction with the game so I don't kind of get lost or feel a little overwhelmed. Secondly, I suggest going ahead and writing down things that aren't related to the game, some chatting points. My game has a lot of lulls, a lot of empty space. So being able to fill that in comfortably is really important, and this kind of relieves some of that pressure. So it really helps me. Third, I try to give myself a little bit of grace. I've watched some popular streamers and they've had technical issues and they don't sweat it while they're trying to fix those issues. Of course, they're trying to hurry it, but they're not freaking out over or shutting down the game because of it. So I need to give myself a little bit more grace with that. And fourth, I do recommend almost playing the game on your own for a little bit and just talking. No pressure from chat, no pressure from anyone. You're just chatting and kind of getting comfortable with the flow. You can, of course, do this on the fly if you're comfortable with it, but I found it really, really helped me. All of these rules together have made me a lot more confident with my streams. And here I am today. I've done 5 successful streams since that first failed stream, and each have lasted over 2 hours. I didn't run away from any of them because I'm much more confident and I have a plan. I've even chatted with a few chatters and been rated a few times. Don't get me wrong, I'm still nervous. I'm worried that I'll say the wrong thing. I won't pay enough attention to chatters, or I'll be so distracted I won't do well in the game. But these are normal things to be nervous about, and I'm improving each time. So overall, my first stream did fail, and I was really discouraged by it. It honestly took me a couple of weeks to try again. But I did try again, and I have been having a lot of fun with it. I have even started to plant the seeds for my own little community, and I am so excited for it. Well, that's it for this video. If you want to hear more about tackling social anxiety, keep posted as I have a video coming out soon covering the book How to Be Yourself. Please drop a comment below about a time that you overcame your anxiety, big or small. Thank you for joining me here on Socially Sprouting. Bye!